Hey guys, welcome to Afro 10. Today we'll be talking about Nigerian marriages and the insane requirements for the husbands to be. A lot of things listed in this video will shock you, from beating up a potential groom to huge bride price, preying on manhood, aunties sleeping with the grooms, and so on. Starting at number 10 is the flogging of the grooms. Like the stress of getting married isn't enough, they had to add flogging to it. This is known as sharo and it is performed by the Fulani tribe. Sharo literally means to flog. It is an important and long-term practicing tradition for the Fulani culture, whereby suitors compete for a girl's hand in marriage through flogging competition. It is performed to prove if a young man has come of age and is matured enough to take a spouse. A suitor has to bear the flogging in order to eliminate his rival. If Baba cry, no babe for him. This tradition is a test of strength for the groom. Any man who cannot endure the flogging or refuses to be flogged is termed a lazy man and loses out of the marriage race. At number 9 is the hefty bride price. This is common in the eastern part of Nigeria, the Imos and Anambras. They are well known for their very expensive bride price. If you are a young man looking to settle down and want to marry an Imo or Anambra girl, you better make sure you have at least 10 to 15 million sleeping in your account. It's a norm that gives, and any marriage rites performed by the groom must cost him a good amount of money. An unwritten rule of the Imo and Anambra people, according to hearsay, is that ladies are considered properties to their husband to be and their families. The cost of bride price can sometimes exceed 100,000 naira, with marriage lease costing up to 5 million naira or more. Though some Imo and Anambra families are said to be wealthy and will accept less, the general public agrees that bride price costs and marriage lease are very expensive for the groom and his family. Coming at number 8 is the fattening of the bride. The practice is done by the Hefy tribe. 6 months before the maidens are married off, they are sent to a secluded room called the fattening room. There they accept the best meat and they are highly pampered. This is done because in the Hefy tribe, it is believed that a woman with full figure and healthy waistline is more desired to be looked at. The maidens are also massaged 3 times daily from head to toe. The older married women teach them about womanhood and marriage. They also teach them how to take care of their husbands, homes, and children. At number 7 is praying for the groom's manhood. This is one funny title. This is done by an unknown part of the Yoruba land. One of the requirements for the wedding is that during the ceremony, the bride has to place her hands on the groom's manhood and pray on it. What she is praying for, I don't know. It could be that God should punish him if he cheats on her or decides to marry a second wife, or she could be praying for children and the ability for her husband to satisfy her need. At number 6 is the Frowning Bride. A few months ago, a video went viral on Instagram of a bride who looked like she was forced into getting married. This is a tradition that is strictly followed by the Ijos. When the bride comes out with her sisters and friends, she comes out frowning. It is expected of the groom to spray his bride money until she smiles or laughs. But you guys know women love money, and they would frown their face as long as they can, just so they can get plenty of money. In this case, the groom and his friend usually come prepared. So guys, if you are enjoying this video, kindly hit the subscribe button and like. At number 5 is the marriage by seniority. This feels like a biblical version of Jacob, Leah, and Rachel. This is mainly practiced by the Igbos. Although it's not practiced like the early 90s, a very few people still practice it. It is based on past belief that the senior get married first in the family. This tends to cause a lot of problem for the family because the younger siblings who are ready for marriage and have found their potential suitors will have to wait for their elder siblings to get married first. People who find themselves in this situation tend to postpone their marriage until their elders get married, or in worst cases, they run off and get married without their parents' consent. At number 4 is the Magun. This is done among the Yorubas and it is done after the marriage. Magun is a form of ritual done by the husband for his wife without the wife's knowledge as a punishment for committing adultery. If she cheats on her husband, the lover is likely to lose his life or get stuck in the act, if you know what I mean. At number 3 is shaving of hair. This is done by the Igbos. The traditional rite is performed long after the marriage rite has been done. This is performed by a woman who just lost her Igbo husband. The ritual is done so the wife can prove that she had no hand in the death of her husband. Although the ritual is somewhat humiliating, this is the only way she can prove her innocence. At number 2 is town invite. The name alone gives it all away. This is something that Nigerian people will love because everybody loves party jollof rice. We don't need an invitation to attend a wedding, but once someone drops location, even people that don't know who is getting married will jump up with their coolers and nylon bags. But in Taraba State, when a couple exhausts the number of invitation cards they made, they have to make a poster or banner announcing the date, venue, and time of the party, and they must post the banner everywhere in the town so those who couldn't get invitation could attend. It is said that it does not matter who you you are, or whether you do not even know any of the couple. Once you see any of the posters in the town, you are already invited. So finally, coming at number 1 is the auntie sleeping with the groom before the bride. Somewhere in Uganda, it is a tradition for the auntie of the bride to sleep with the groom before the bride so as to know if the groom is potent and can perform well in bed. It doesn't end there. The auntie still checks if the virginity of the bride is still intact. So if you enjoyed the video, kindly hit the subscribe button, then click on the end screen on your left to watch the top 10 traditional dances in Nigeria.